Greetings, YouTube! Joe here with Culmination Media, and welcome back to another episode of The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. This is episode number 35, and in this episode, we're going to be doing two specific things. We're going to be teaching Mr. Ingo a lesson and getting Epona, and we're going to be doing the Big Poes side quest to get our last empty bottle. That guy Talon was weak. I, the hardworking Ingo, poured so much energy into this place. So basically, he was jealous of Talon, the owner. I don't want any strangers like you saying anything bad about me. Listen, the great Ganondorf recognized my obvious talents and gave the ranch to me. I will raise a fine horse and win recognition from the great Ganondorf. Say, young man, do you want to ride one of my fine horses? Pay me 10 rupees and you can ride. So, what you want to do is pay him the 10 rupees. You can listen to how to ride if you want to, but I already know pretty much what I'm doing, so I'm going to say no to that. Pay your 10 rupees, and he's going to make you ride that horse on the right there, but it's slow, and it sucks. So, you want to ride Epona. What you need to do is run over towards it, and you're going to play Epona's song, which you learned in the past. And if you haven't learned that, you need to go back to Lon Lon Ranch as a child to learn that song. Now, Epona will be tamed enough for you to hop on her, and now we can ride around and practice with Epona a little bit. What we want to do is actually jump over these fences because they give you 5 rupees. So if we jump over each of the fences, we'll make our money back. There's 5 rupees there. And we'll jump over the second one as well, which is a little bit higher, so you need to get a little bit of a running start. And there we go. We made the money back that we lost while paying to ride. So now you want to go talk to Mr. Ingo. I don't know if he'll let us do it here. When you want to dismount, stop and press A. Hey, young man, do I know you? I just felt as though I've seen you somewhere before. If you use Z targeting, you can talk to me. Shut up. No, I don't want to talk to you. Okay, so we're just going to wait for our time to expire, and we're actually going to ride again a second time. And as you can see there, you won't be able to jump over these fences if you take them on an angle. You pretty much have to do it in a straightforward fashion and do it pretty much head on, otherwise Epona will kind of just run into the side of it. Hey, time's up, young man. You only paid 10 rupees. You've played around long enough, and you're going to get kicked out. So, now we need to talk to him again. Pay me 10 rupees, and you can ride. Yes, of course, pay the rupees, and don't listen how to ride, because chances are you figured it out. So it's going to be the same thing, and Epona will yet again run away from you, so we're going to have to play Epona's song again, and that will allow us to ride Epona. For this time specifically, it is very important that you get Epona, so make sure you have the song for this. Riding his horse just isn't a good idea. Alright, so instead of jumping over all the fences and all that stuff, we're going to head over right to Mr. Ingo and talk to him. So you can target him and speak. You're getting better. How about a little race with me? 1 lap around the corral with that horse. And if you do this riding his horse, you're almost certainly going to lose. Let's make a little wager. Say 50 rupees. So you're going to bet him 50 rupees that you can beat him in a horse race doing 1 lap around the corral. So, now that you have Epona, you have a good chance to win. The best thing that you can do, considering that he tries to cut you off most of the time, is take the inside track when he goes around a corner, try to scoot in front of him, and then once you get in front of him, it's just about managing your carrots. Anytime he gets close to you or looks like he wants to cut you off, use as many of your carrots as you possibly can, and this is a very easy race. There you go. Less than 30 seconds, not that bad. And he gets all pissed off. Shoot! If the great Ganondorf found out about this humiliation... hey, you! How about another race? If you win, you can keep the horse. So we get to keep Epona this time if we win. And he's going to play for keeps this time. This is not an easy race. He gets a pretty good head start on you, and every time you get close to him, he's going to cut you off now. So what you need to do is wait for this corner right here where he takes it a little bit wide, take the inside track and use your carrots to scoot in front of him yet again, and he's going to keep trying to cutting you off and push you into the fence so that he can maneuver around you. And I suggest just using all of your carrots as much as possible, at least conserving one just in case, and you'll win the race. What's up with that horse? Is that Epona? How did you tame that wild horse right under my nose? I was going to present that horse to the great Ganondorf, but I bet it on the race and lost. Ha ha ha! Oh, this isn't good. As I promised, I'll give the horse to you. However, I'll never let you leave this ranch, and the gates will close, and you're stuck here. So, now what do? We actually need to ride Epona, and we're going to jump over this fence here on the left to get out of the ranch. So, take it head on, use a couple of carrots, and Link will jump over the fence, and we are home free. Epona is ours to ride throughout Hyrule, and we're going to need Epona for a lot of things. Yay! Now it's time for the Big Poe side quest. So, riding around Hyrule, there's a bunch of Big Poes. You need to hit certain marks on the ground in order for them to appear. With Epona, we can use our bow and arrow to shoot and kill them. And, oh, there we go. A lot of these you'll have to try a bunch of different times. Anyway, the first one is by the Silver Boulder to the, looks like the northeast of Lon Lon Ranch, and you can capture it in a bottle. Afterwards, you can go back and sell them to the Big Poe shop by Hyrule Castle Town. The second one is in, again, the northeast of Hyrule Field. You're going to want to ride along the side of this little area here, and that gives you the most room to run after it and shoot it. And if they get too far away, they will disappear, but you can keep chasing after them. Epona is fast. Do not underestimate the power of Epona. You can chase these things down, and despite how far it went, we were still able to capture it. This one is by the entrance to Kakariko Village. If you go under this little rock formation and run straight towards the wall, it will appear and move off to the left by the bridge, and you'll have just enough time to smack it down. And if it goes in the water, that is perfectly okay as well, because you can still jump in there and grab it, and the animation will be just fine. You defeated Poe the Ghost. Yay! Alright, our next ghost is going to be right at the entrance of pretty much Hyrule Field out of Hyrule Castle Town. If you go and go past that sign there, you can run and shoot it before it goes into the wall. Our next big ghost is going to be in the far northwest corner of Hyrule Field. Running towards Lon Lon Ranch is the best way to do it, because that gives you the most running room. Our next ghost is through this patch of grass right there, and again, that gives you the most time to be able to snag it up before it hits a wall. This one is kind of weird. It's near Gerudo Valley. If you run along the wall that way, you have just barely enough time to be able to get 2 or 3 arrows off in order to kill it and claim your prize. This one is also pretty weird. You have to go through that specific bush, otherwise it will not appear, and you might have to chase it a little bit, but if you get it moving in the right direction, you can kill it without it running into a wall or just disappearing. Alright, our 9th ghost is going to be along the side of Lon Lon Ranch. If you just run along this wall in between the tree and, I guess, the entrance to Lon Lon Ranch, it will appear, and you have all this open field to kill it. And with it being right in front of you, you have a perfect shot. Our 10th and final ghost is by Gerudo Valley. And you have to pretty much line yourself up here. Run between the tree and the bush, and it will go uphill, which actually leads you to have a pretty decent shot. Although if it gets too far away, it gets kind of awkward, like what happened to me, because I missed a bunch of times. But there you go. That's all 10 Big Poes. Very interesting. This is a Big Poe. I'll buy it for 50 rupees. So this is the guy by where Hyrule Castle Town was. And if you sell each one to him, he'll give you 50 rupees. Once you sell him all 10, wait a minute. Wow, you have earned 1,000 points, meaning you sold him 10 Big Poes. Young man, you are a genuine ghost hunter. Is that what you expected me to say? That was weird. Because of you, I have extra inventory of big Poes, so this will be the last time I can buy a ghost. You're thinking about what I promised would happen when you earn 10,000 points, or 1,000 points. I don't know why I said 10,000. Don't worry, I didn't forget, just take this. And for our troubles, we're going to receive an empty bottle, and this is the last empty bottle of the game. And I do suggest using this for the ice cavern coming up. That's why I did it now before going to the ice cavern and the water temple, because it's very useful and it makes things go by so much more conveniently. Anyway, that's going to be the end of this episode, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and please stay tuned for episode number 36. Game on!